So the next one I'm going to do, and you have the choice of doing contour or cross contour. And so contour, and I'll kind of scribble it out here a little bit here. So if you're doing the sphere, and again, I'm using ink, instead of like with hatching or cross hatching, all the lines were straight. So if I had done hatching, it was like that. If I had done cross hatching, then I would crisscross them. Okay. So contour and cross contour, what I mean by that is that all your lines are going to kind of follow the form. So if I'm just doing the contour, then I'm more or less trying to repeat the curves that I'm seeing. So then as I get here, start to change, and again, I'm gonna start trying to follow the form. And I'm not doing a very good job there, but that's okay. Okay, and then if it's say cross contour, then what's going to happen is I'm going to do that the other way too. Okay, then I'm crisscrossing them. And again, just trying to follow the form. So I can say like with a cast shadow, I would try to follow the form, so more or less like you have vertical curves, and then you have or horizontal curves, and then the vertical curves. Okay. So contours where it's just one set of lines going one direction, and then cross contours when you crisscross them. But again, they're still going to have curves on them. Okay. So again, I sort of sketched out the circle in pencil. You don't have to. It might be more helpful. Or again, if you want to use like a little, some kind of template to get your circle on there, or a compass, that's fine. Again, just get the line in kind of late, so that way you're not dealing with a real heavy outline early on. So what I'm going to do, since I've got a little ghost of it, I'm just going to kind of start putting some of my lines in here. And again, I'm just trying to curve them. And so there's a certain spot where I'm going to have them change directions, and not even sure I did that good of a job here, but okay, so I'm going to kind of focus on more of like the mask shadow here at the bottom. Okay, and same thing here with this one, with the cast shadow. And so like I said, I'm just trying to follow the curves. So like here at the bottom, it kind of curves up like a smiley face. Here towards the back of it, it's going to curl more like a frowny face, because again, it curves down. And so again, here, it's going to kind of curve and follow the edge here, and then it starts to get a little more straight. And then as I start switching over, then it's going to curve the other direction. Okay. And so this is, what did I have? The O2. So even up here where there's a lot of light, what I'm trying to do is just do some quicker lines. Okay, and I'm trying not to push down as hard. With the ink, you can't quite do the pressure sensitivity the same way you can with, say, graphite or charcoal, but you can still do a little bit. Okay, so I've got some of it kind of blocked in. I'm going to come in and, again, trying to do my contour lines. I'm going to try to start getting my core shadow in here. And again, I'm still using the little tiny thin pin, and that's okay. And there's actually thinner pins in this, but this is the smaller one out of what I grabbed. Okay. And then here, again, I'm going to fill it in a little more. And again, density, so how close together they are is what's going to make it look darker. If they're really close together, and then if they're spaced apart more, they're going to look lighter. So I went up to, what do I have here, an 05, so it's a little bit of a thicker pen. And I'm going to, again, and watch I grab the one that's out of ink. Let me switch this out. Okay, this one should be better. Same size, it's just this one should have ink. There we go, this one has ink. So like I said, the major difference is you're just trying to follow the curves. So I'm going to kind of come back in there, and then my reflected light, of course I don't want it to be too dark, but it doesn't, I'm going to say it needs to be darker than that. Okay, my highlights over here, And so I still want to go a little darker. And the areas that are, again, like a light gray. There's going to be like where my highlight is. Okay. Then I can go heavier here. And I can go to like an 08 pen, which I should have right here somewhere. Maybe not. You can keep moving up to bigger pens if you need to. And again, of course, filling things in more. And so you can tell I'm just doing mine kind of as just hatching, or I mean contour. More like hatching. I'm not really crisscrossing them, and I could have if I wanted to. But I'm just not going to do it on here. Okay. So now what I got was my brush tip pin. So, you know, whether you have the Microns or any other brand, the set that I had put for you guys to get, even that set had a brush tip. And so what this will let you do is it'll let you mess with the line weight. Okay, because then and I'll show it kind of on a scrap piece of paper. So if I don't push down that hard, it's like a brush. I can get thinner lines. Then if I really push down hard, I can get thicker lines. Okay, and then I can kind of play with that as I'm drawing. Okay, and get some different line weights. And so that's what I'm going to do here. So wherever I really want this to look dark, that's where I can really push that further. Okay, and same thing down here on this cast shadow. I can really come in and put much heavier lines. You know, and I still have lines. A lot of it's really been filled in now, but I do have, it's made up of lines. I just didn't fill it in completely. And again, here we're another little occlusion. I'm going to cheat and kind of give it the little contour there. Okay, just because that's where it's really dark as it touches the edge there. Okay, so the thing is, if you start going really dark like it did there, then you're going to find that, you know, even here with the reflected light, now all of a sudden, because again, what you do around it affects how it looks. So now that I darkened this, I made this look lighter. So I'm going to come in and put a few more of these lines there. And so the bad part on this one is I can't erase. So if I go a little too heavy or something, I can't pull it back. So that's why you just have to be a little more careful as you build this up. And that's kind of why I went back to a pen here, because now I make that, you know, fourth or fifth pass here on it. And then there we go. And again, I keep going, I can keep cleaning it up. I am, however, gonna, since I had those pencil lines, I'm gonna take those out. So it gives me more an idea of where I need to fix the shape. And again, if I was doing this for myself and not trying to make the video a little bit shorter, I would go back in here and touch up a lot of these things. But like I said, I tend to draw a little more loose and expressive, so that's kind of where I'm going to leave it at.